Hello everybody, today welcome to my Spider-Man tutorial for anyone who is wanting to learn or do simple combos. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to press escape, and this is only for PC. We're going to go to settings, keyboard, we're going to select Spider-Man, and then we're going to scroll down until you see hold to swing, simple swing keybind, hold to wall crawl, and hold to run on walls, and direction of wall crawling. So you're
Watch
going
out,
to
they're getting our way!
activate the swing, which helps you for more precise swinging. You're going to turn off simple swing, but one thing I would suggest doing is binding the simple swing thing to scroll wheel, and then binding the other one to a key of your choice that you feel comfortable. So that could be, like, for me, I have X because it's comfortable. And then you hold to run on walls, and hold to wall crawl on. And then you choose direction of wall crawling. I like advanced vertically upwards. And then get over here targeting. You can switch to R or a key that you are more comfortable with. And the reason you switch this to a different key is, and those are all the settings. Uh, the reason you
Be
switch
sure
your
those are
get
bad
over here
guys.
target to a thing, to a different key, is so that you can right click and go to them with E and do that, or you can use another keybind and you can pull
Ratchet
them
Whip!
to you instead of you going to them. Uh, I also know there's a lot of Spider-Man tutorial online, so if no one finds this helpful, that's fine, but I just thought I would make it to hopefully help some people trying to learn Spider-Man. So now that you have your keybinds, you can swing by holding shift like this, right? So you can easily swing. Now, you can add the animation cancel, so it's double jump, left shift, you tap left shift, and then tap right click when you double jump, and it leads into an overhead. So then you can combine that with
Be
your bread
sure
and
those are
butter,
bad guys.
which is the right click into the E, into the F,
Oh, you
and
went
then go
down
into an
really
overhead to
hard.
finish them off. So you can just practice double jumping, doing this, double jumping, doing this. Just practice that animation cancel, and that will help to kill 250 HP targets. The next thing I'm going to show you how to do is simple. You swing up in the air, right click on a target, down slam, and then you can just practice that. Swing up,
No web
right
needed!
click, down slam, and that's 3 buttons. But you can swing up, right click, down slam, and then after you do that first down slam, you're going to right click on them again and press F. And
More
that in
web needed!
action will look like this. And then you just finish them off, and you kill them. That is the first combo. That's the second combo that I showed you, and so you can just practice doing this, right? And then that you'll already be better at Spider-Man from practicing just that. And then the next thing I'm going to go into is how to b-hop pretty easily, and the best way I know how to teach b-hop. So you press your swing like this, and if you'll notice if you just press it on the like that, it does that little animation, right? A little like
Be
flip
sure those are bad
animation.
guys.
So what you can do is you can press left shift on the floor and then right click right after while standing still, and you'll get this animation. And once you get this animation, you're doing good, because if you get this animation down, as you can see I'm doing here, then you can add one more key, and so you can do that and you can jump one time with spacebar, and it will send you a pretty good distance. This is very simple stuff for anyone who wants to start, or uh, I mean, whatever the case may be. This is just simple stuff. So that's what I want you to practice. You could, if you want to learn Spider-Man, just practice this. Practice the swing up,
Pretty sure
right
those are
click,
bad
down
guys.
slam, right click, uppercut, and then also practice this with the animation cancel. Another thing you can do, which I actually am like doing, and it builds upon the bread and butter, which is what this is called. Um, One thing I like to do is, and it might feel weird at first, but if you bind your mouse scroll wheel to scroll up for the simple swing, it does this, so it detaches and attaches so fast that it does that. And if you use that and you jump, uh, it gets you into an immediate overhead. So if you practice that, you can do your bread and butter, uh, and then use your scroll wheel at the end to get a faster
Watch out,
overhead.
they're headed our way.
And
All right.
if
Someday.
you practice, so you can practice this with the animation cancel, that is double jump, right click, and then left click, double jump, right click, left click, double jump, right click, click, double jump, right click, right click, left click, and then so you can practice that. You can practice that animation cancel on these bots right here, and that is how. And then you can swing up, do this, and just do this for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes a day if you want to learn Spider-Man. And I guarantee you can learn the bunny hop at least pretty quickly. Especially if you
I don't want
just
to hit you
practice
more
on
than
the
I have to.
floor, left shift, right click, left shift, right, and it looks like this. So once you get this animation, then you're good,
Pretty sure those are
and you
bad
can
guys.
add later on a jump into it to start the chain for a B hop, and this just helps you get started and feel how to do it. If you left shift, right click, and jump once, and you can stand still or you can move, however you want to do this. But this is the best way I know how to do the B hop, and I have seen it after like even one day of just doing this for 5 minutes and practicing just this. So shift ground, right click, because your right click cancels the animation for your web swing to the ground, which then allows you to jump and start the B hop. And later on you can do more jumps to chain it. But I would say, just if you want to learn
Pretty
Spider-Man,
sure
come
those are
into the
bad guys.
practice range, do this, practice this. That combo is going to be very good to learn, and I think it's pretty simple. Swing up, right down slam, right click uppercut.
Fight for the good guys next
If
time.
you can get that down, you're already going to be better at Spider-Man than most people who just try to learn from scratch. Same thing with this, to learn how to B-hop. If you just shift to the ground, right click, then it and another thing is, you're not going to know Spider-Man perfectly after like one day. He takes just a lot of time. That is just a factor when you play him. But I but once you get all of this down, uh, and you solidify it after practicing, then he becomes really fun to
Pretty
play,
sure those are
and
bad
that
guys.
is why I play him. And then if you want, you can also do. This is pretty simple. You could right click them, double jump, left click, and just do something like that. Uh,
Oh,
for
I gotcha.
So I would suggest doing that
Yeah, woo!
for just a simple good combo. Another thing that you can do, while it might seem funny, is because he's a melee hero, you can right click, left click, left
You'll be
click,
alright.
like
Someday.
that. Because when you right click someone, you can dash to them, right? You can dash to them, but also when you apply this tracer icon, you do more damage. I think it might kind of
And
like
stay
double the
down.
damage. I'm not fully sure. Uh, but that is something that you can do, and so you can just even do that. Like, just play around with it if you want to learn Spider-Man, and then to just go over the settings again. It's all you scroll all the way down to like the third thing. Hold the swing on, simple swing off. Bind simple swing to scroll wheel up for the future combos if you want, and then also bind it to X or another key that you are comfortable with. Uh, Hold to wall crawl, have that on. Hold to run on walls. It gives you more movement, and I have my get over here targeting set to E, which so that means when I tracer them, if I press E, it makes me go to them. But it's the same thing if you would change the key to like R to tracer them and press R to go to them, E to pull them to you. Uh, so that's the simple. Those are the settings again. I hope it helps
Watch out, they're headed our
someone.
way.
And if you just come in here, practice, like I said, this is the best way to practice doing good stuff with him. Just do this animation, shift right click on the floor, and then once you get being able to do that down pretty consistently, try adding a jump into it, and you can just stand still and jump. But that gives you kind of a feel of how you do it, and then if you get pretty good at that, you can add more jumps into it, right? And that takes you a further distance. I will say one more thing, however, this is kind of advanced, so if you don't get to this part in the video, that is completely fine. If you double jump, shift to the ground, right click, and then jump, that is another way to practice beat hopping. So you can just double jump to the floor like that,
Watch out, they're headed our
uh,
way.
double jump to the floor, right click, and jump, and that can also help. And then the reason you bind simple swing to another key aside from scroll wheel is if you need to get out a situation very quickly, you can just press that and it'll bind you to the nearest wall. And so you can get out faster than if you were to manually swing. Uh, and so I would just say practice this. You can even practice the scroll wheel. Get comfortable with the scroll wheel, and you can like bonk them on the head like this and
Come
whatnot.
on, will ya?
And then if you wanted, you could also practice pressing R or whatever you have bound
Spider
to pull
Squeak.
them to you, and you could just mess around with that. If anyone
Be
wants
sure
to learn
those are bad guys.
Spidey, then and I know there's a ton of other guides, or tutorials
You
that
went down pretty
may
hard.
be better, but if this helps one person, then that is all that matters to me. And then if you do get the thing down where you go like the double jump and then go like this, you can also then do that and add an uppercut in, which sends you flying. So you can just do that and then press F, and it'll give you a lot of momentum. So you can do that. Uh, so those are just little things to practice, but overall, I would say if you want to practice with Spidey, come in here, just do this, right, and then go over here, do this. Just practice these two things, and then
Down, will
also
ya?
practice doing this if you need to. And
Watch out, they're headed our
I
way.
hope that this guide helps to a certain extent. Uh, and so I hope I was able to explain it decently well. And if you need, you can let me know in the comment. I can make a more advanced guide as well. Another thing before, and this is where I'll end the video, but another thing is if you do this, one thing is you don't want to double jump. So if you see this animation, you don't want to. You want to only see this animation. So if you get that, if you do like that, that stops your momentum, right? So you just jump one time, and as soon as your feet touch the floor, you do that. So you don't double jump like that. But I would say just enter the practice range. You can swing on this wall, and then swing on this. Right click them, down slam, right click, uppercut. So just to make it clear, it's swing up. So hold left shift, which will swing you up. Then right click, and then press left click right after you right click and right before you got to hit the ground. And then you can do a down smash. So I would just say just that. So, because this combo is also going to be really good. And then, okay, the other thing I will say is you see he has a three punch attack chain. And so his kick does the most damage, and his overhead does the second most damage. And also, before I end this video, I will just say, if any Spider-Man players seeing this, feel free to if I say something wrong, feel free to fix me. But I would say just practice those things. Okay, especially practice doing this with the animation, so like this. If you want, into the overhead, like that, right? Or you could do this, and just to do it faster, you could right click at the end and then use scroll wheel on your mouse instead to kill them. And this is for 250 targets. Another thing with the wheel thing is if you jump and scroll wheel, immediate overhead, double jump, obviously overhead. So those two things give you an overhead. I hope this video helps to some extent. If you comment in the comments, I might be able to help you, and I could make a more advanced guide, like a pull guide, but I hope this helps someone or a few people. And so, yeah, I will see you in the next video I make.